The movie The Wolf from Wall Street is a very good depiction of what goes on in the higher echelons of society where a lot of money is earned and a lot of money is taken from basically the poor people in order for a few bankers, money masters, Wall Street stockbrokers, and people like that, to have for themselves, to party, to take drugs, to have fun in their lives, while the people who they took the money from struggle to pay their mortgages and food and stuff like that. So the whole movie shows this mechanism. Uh, no, not the actual mechanism, but the consequences of the mechanism for the rich people, which is, like I said, partying, drugs, yada yada yada, everything the ego desires. But what the movie fails to do is question the validity of such a system, because in the end, the main character, although he was arrested and questioned for his behavior and sentenced and did time, he still comes out and just from another angle, from another perspective, starts the same thing all over again. He starts to teach people how to sell, how to make profit. So the movie fails to actually question the nature of the desire and the need for profit and the whole self-validation within that of the individuals who uh, pursue profit, who pursue growth, who pursue economic growth under the guise of it's good for the country and it's good for global economy and blah 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 blah. It fails to actually address the question of how unlimited economic growth is not possible in an enclosed system like Earth with limited resources. So the fact that the main character at the end goes back to what he was doing before he went to jail, albeit in a more legal manner, um, kind of struck me as quite limited. The movie still justifies the system as it is, uh, doesn't question the validity of this system, and therefore is only a very, very limited view of um, the actual global problem that is going on with stockbrokers. So, in addition to seeing the movie, I highly recommend also reading an article of an actual stockbroker, which I will put in the description box, who explained that he was addicted to wealth. He was addicted to the power that it brings, and he was able to spot his addiction because previously in his life he was struggling with other forms of addictions, uh, and very painfully actually explains that most people who are stockbrokers, who are wolves of Wall Street, do not recognize their conditions as actual bad conditions. They simply justify what they're doing with very bogus excuses and do not care about anything or anyone but themselves. So, The Wolf from Wall Street uh, should be viewed with all this taken into consideration, because the movie itself still quite romanticizes the whole abuse that is actually going on. It does not quite portray it as abuse, but more of like a sort of a quirky story of one individual. But it's not like that. It's actually it goes much deeper, and the problem is much bigger than the movie would like to portray. So, uh, to whomever who watches the movie, enjoy the movie, but also realize that it only shows one fragment of the whole problem.